Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peace that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I get to welcome you to a fantastically filled Friday. Really excited for my guest who's in the building, Aferata Belie. She is here from the Powerful Voices Youth Board, y'all. So, hey, we're going to be talking all about what she does there, how she's infusing her brilliance into the organization, and of course, they have an amazing upcoming event, Girlvolution, that we'll be talking about later on in this show. But of course, I'm excited that it's the top of the show and y'all are joining me right now. Thanks for watching and thanks for helping us grow. This is the perfect time for you to share this show. However you're watching it or listening to it, go ahead and share with others who you feel could benefit from this daily dose of dopeness we give you here on The Day with Trae. And as always, if you're not watching, like I said, maybe you're listening. So if you need to find us on a podcast, you can always search Converge Media Network in The Day with Trae. You will find us on your favorite platform, whatever that is. So grateful to our podcast team who makes sure we're on all those platforms and that the audio is nice and crisp for all of our listeners. Before I get into it with Aferata, I want to say this. This is what I'm talking about. Just yesterday, we had Zaina the Phenom on, and I'm talking to her. I was talking about my days, the last week, spending time with youth, and now I get to spend some more time with Aferata. Look, now, I'm one who, I'm always listening to my son, because he comes up on the new lingo quickly. Now, I don't know how lingo spreads. I don't even remember how we used to do it back in the day because we didn't have social media, right? But somehow we all knew what the phrases were of the time. And we were all using language like filthy, dope, hella, right? Like the bomb. Like those are things I grew up with. And I love that they're still here. Aferata was just telling me about some new lingo. So y'all gonna be hearing me say some new stuff like, ooh, that outfit is tea. Ooh, and they do this too. They like click their fingers. You know what? I'm learning. I love the infusion of innovation when it comes to language. It is something that we could see beyond time that shows us the zeitgeist of the time. And that's the beauty of it. It's constantly evolving and changing as young folks. It's almost always driven by young people as they find new ways to express themselves. And I'm encouraged already by talking to Aferata and telling y'all, look, there's a way for you to always be encouraged to think of that next innovation. What is it that you can be infusing your brilliance in? I don't know. It might be an organization. It might be something brand new. It might be a company, a book, a podcast. Nowadays, we have all of this technology at our fingertips. And even if you don't, you can get to a space like a library and find some technology. I'm looking forward to sharing with y'all some of the things that are happening in Federal Way with their makerspace. Oh my goodness, there are places that are now saying we want to bring this technology into the community's hands so that those of us who may not have all the money to buy the things ourselves, we can still play around and be innovative. So not only is language innovative and inspiring me today, I'm inspired by the innovation y'all are going to bring out there into your communities. I hope this message finds it into your hearts because I'm telling y'all, every time we have the next layer of innovation, there is something brilliant that comes from it or a great lesson learned. So either way, there ain't no real mistakes. We can all grow together. Well, after this short break, up next, we got Aferata Belie in the building, y'all. We're going to be talking about all things powerful voices. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Working with venture has been totally different than working with a traditional bank.
They're real, and they meet you right where you stand.
I was recently funded, and that money has just changed the trajectory of what we're able to do and our output. This has been just more than just funding or a one-on-one connect. It's been an opportunity for us to really grow and connect and build roots within the community.
As a small business owner, you need to put your faith into the right people, and they seem like good people to put your faith into.
In Seattle, it's more than just coffee. It's community. At the station, we brew more than just your favorite cup. We brew connection. From Beacon Hill to Columbia City, we're a space for artists, activists, and everyone in between. A place to gather, create, and simply be. Whether you need a quiet place to work, a lively spot to meet friends, or just a moment to unwind, find your place at the station. More than coffee, it's home. Visit us in Beacon Hill or Columbia City. The station, where community happens. Here on Back to Vesa, it's always been important to me that we uplift stories from across the region, and that no matter where you live in the nation, you never have to miss a moment of the show as we continue to highlight the beauty, excellence, and resilience of our communities across the Pacific Northwest. Why? Because representation matters. So no matter where you live, be it the Central District or Centralia, Portland or Pullman, or anywhere across the country, I encourage you to join me on this Back to Vesa journey by downloading the free Fox Local app on your phone or smart TV as we continue to elevate the very best in our communities.
Welcome back, y'all, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now, we got Aferata in the building. What's up?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Well, you're looking amazing.
Thank you. Your tea too.
See what I'm saying? Y'all, I done made the board, okay? I done made the board. Now, this is really exciting because Powerful Voices is a phenomenal organization. And years ago, I really got to do some phenomenal work with them and bring some young girls into the program. But you have been experiencing it in your own way. Tell us about your connection to Powerful Voices.
I started off as a part of the Activistas program, and I was, I think, a sophomore when I started. It was amazing. I got to really connect with myself and like my voice, and learn different ways that I can showcase that and my opinions and the things that, you know, that I see and the way that I see them, if that makes sense. And then eventually I got onto the Youth Engagement Board, and I've been a part of the outreach team and communications team since then.
Wow. So that's amazing, because I learned about Activistas. We were in the same building. So my old office, so I probably saw you.
Blacked up?
Yeah, because my office was in the back. So I would come out, y'all had all the snacks,
Oh.
y'all had all the food. I was all the way in the media room in the back. Okay, no windows, no nothing, but that was my good quiet space before Black Dot got now, you know, repurposed into something else. So I remember the Activistas program being there, and it's great to hear you talk about how you were able to utilize that to really empower your voice. Now, that's really what Powerful Voices has done, and in my experience with them, they're always providing that platform. Tell us about some of the relationships you were able to build there, because I know that's also a part of it, right?
Yeah, for sure. I was able to build a lot of relationships with the staff there, and just like also students like myself. I think one of the strongest relationships that I've made was probably with Andy and Kat. I feel like in Activistas with Kat, I was able to really get out of my comfort zone and explore a lot of things that I wouldn't have done without her support. And then that was carried over with Andy once I got onto the Youth Engagement Board.
Wow. See, so they really have, in your experience, they really have staff that care about the work they're doing, which I think is so vital, you know, right? Because if somebody's just there for a paycheck, you can feel that. And then you youth are probably clocking them like, no, they're not. I don't want to even mess with them.
Yeah.
So I love that their staff really reflect their values. Now, you know, you are on the Youth Engagement Board, and this is really important because now you're helping with decision making and things like that. Tell us a little bit about what you do on the board.
So as a part of the Youth Engagement Board, I'm specifically in the outreach team, which my responsibility is to reach out to people and connect with different parts of the communities and see how they can support us and how we can support them in helping the youth expand their voice and find their voice. And then I also support the comms team as well once in a while with, you know, like our social media presence and ways that we connect with people through social media as well.
Yeah, well, it's important because, you know, social media really is a young person's game. Y'all got that on lock. Now, I promise you, I am still learning, right? But there's so many different avenues to explore when it comes to it. So I love that y'all are able to bring your expertise into the organization and make a true impact there. And shout out to the comms folks. I'm definitely a comms person, so I'm here for it. But you have this upcoming event, Girlvolution. Tell us a bit more about this phenomenal event.
Girlvolution is a 2-day event. It's going to be held on August 9th and August 10th. And so the purpose of it is to help youth get connected to different parts of the communities that they haven't been able to, and kind of find their safe spaces through that. So we have an opportunity fair where you can learn about different opportunities around you that are provided by the communities around you. And then there's also a self-care part, and we're also going to do some performances as well. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh my goodness. Where is this taking place? Because people are going to want to pull up.
The Langston Hughes Performing Arts Center.
Oh my gosh. Well, y'all have an amazing venue in Langston Hughes. Of course, it is so historically rooted in the Central District, but it's great that y'all are really helping to guide Powerful Voices as an organization. When you think about the one thing that you probably have learned since being a part of this amazing organization, something that you hold dear to you from your experience with them as a participant in Activistas and now on the Youth Engagement Board, what is that one thing that really resonates with you in terms of what you may have learned or gained?
I think I've started to see the value of community and just like being connected with the people around you and the different things around you. I feel like our world is very fast moving, and sometimes we kind of lose track of things, and I feel like that's the case with a lot of youth now, because there's just so much going around you, and you lose sight of the things that are, you know, most important to you. And through PV, I've been able to, you know, get back on that focus and really see things for the way that they are.
Ooh-wee. You are charting a phenomenal pathway for yourself, young lady. Thank you so much for joining. Of course, if folks are trying to tap in, they need to get tickets, they want to follow y'all, look right there and let them know how they tap in with Powerful Voices.
You can reach us on Instagram at our Powerful Voices.
Yes, thank you so much. And they can get all the info on how to get the tickets, the flyers, everything is there.
Everything should be on the Instagram page.
Oh my gosh, Aferata, thank you so much for being with me today. Phenomenal work.
Thank you.
Anytime you want to come back and drop some knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Come through.
I got you.
Wow. Y'all, what a great way to wrap up this week. It has truly been a phenomenal week of guests, and I'm so grateful that we got to wrap it up with Aferata here today. Of course, I'm going to wrap it all up right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Working with Benjamin has been totally different than working with a traditional bank.
They're real, and they meet you right where you stand.
I was recently funded, and that money has just changed the trajectory of what we're able to do and our output. This has been just more than just funding or a one-on-one connect. It's been an opportunity for us to really grow and connect and build roots within the community.
As a small business owner, you need to put your faith into the right people, and they seem like good people to put your faith into.
In Seattle, it's more than just coffee. It's community. At the station, we brew more than just your favorite cup. We brew connection. From Beacon Hill to Columbia City, we're a space for artists, activists, and everyone in between. A place to gather, create, and simply be. Whether you need a quiet place to work, a lively spot to meet friends, or just a moment to unwind, find your place at the station. More than coffee, it's home. Visit us in Beacon Hill or Columbia City. The Station, where community happens. Here on Back to Vesa, it's always been important to me that we uplift stories from across the region, and that no matter where you live in the nation, you never have to miss a moment of the show as we continue to highlight the beauty, excellence, and resilience of our communities across the Pacific Northwest. Why? Because representation matters. So no matter where you live, be it the Central District or Centralia, Portland or Pullman, or anywhere across the country, I encourage you to join me on this Back to Vesa journey by downloading the free Fox Local app on your phone or smart TV as we continue to elevate the very best in our communities.
Wow, welcome back, y'all, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. What a phenomenal week of guests, and definitely a phenomenal day today. Huge shout out to my guest, Aferata Belie, bringing her amazing perspective of this organization, Powerful Voices, that is really encouraging young ladies to find their voice. Of course, we want y'all to follow them at Our Powerful Voices on Instagram. You can get all the information on their upcoming Girlvolution 2-day amazing experience at Langston Hughes Performing Arts Institute. to. And of course, I'm going to tell y'all, if you got extra time to give and pour into some young ladies, check out Powerful Voices as an amazing organization to volunteer for. If you're a young person yourself, a young woman who's like, man, I'm trying to figure it out, young woman identifying, check out Powerful Voices. They are a phenomenal organization. And I'm glad, because when I have people on here that I have worked with in the past, I'm just like, oh yeah, my experience was nothing but positive. And the young ladies that I put through their programs have phenomenal times with them as well. So I'm just encouraging y'all to tap into our amazing organizations that are pouring into youth. And of course, this week, I got to talk to some youth and be around them. I mean, we had Maya, we had Zaina the Phenom, we had Aferata. Look, I'm telling y'all, we are working to make sure y'all can hear from these amazing young folks in our community. And I'm encouraging you to be inspired by their perspectives, their voice, and their lived experience, because truly inspiration knows no time bounds, no age bounds, no bounds whatsoever. I want y'all to be inspired, because whatever it is that is on this show that's sparking something in you, follow that spark, bring it out for others. Thanks so much for watching this week, y'all. You know I'll be back with you next week. Until then, at 11 a.m. Peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.